About 1 year old.
Where did you come from?
Bronx, New York. Yes.
Were you a good student?
Yeah, I got all A's. I don't mean to brag. I'd noticed all my life that black people were not treated right. They didn't have homes except in 2 segregated little areas, and I just felt that ought to be ended, and the town opened up to all equal.
And those were what areas, Dad? Do you remember?
Yeah, the end of San Diego Avenue and Elm Street. Those 2 areas.
And then by Eastern Way, I think, in Meadowland?
Oh, wait a minute, what did I say?
San Diego Avenue and Elm. I think Elm is
No,
right.
Elm Street and Feronia Way.
Feronia and Eastern
It
Way.
is Eastern Way. Yeah.
Right, and those were certain districts,
Yeah,
right?
forget that. It was normal, natural, and right, so it wasn't difficult.
Isn't there pretty many apartments in Rutherford?
Yeah, there's quite a few. And there were no blacks in apartments. And we let it be known that it was time to start being open and not discriminate.
And I think you told me that slowly that did happen.
Yes. Well, it certainly did.
And I think you also helped with a publication that explained what civil rights was, the new act, and the fairness for all. And I think you handed out those publications?
We developed a brochure, and I think, I hope this is correct, that we distributed it to every house in town.
I think I read that.
And somebody who was my daughter, named Sharon, was a leader in the distribution.
I do remember going house to house. So, yeah, I think you got us involved. We had an interesting upbringing, you know, I did.
She was circularizing the town all the time for me.
Right, well, kids have a lot of energy. Back in 1964, one of those council meetings, I guess, with Will Rienstra and many others, there was a Rutherford Civil Rights Commission founded. Is that right?
Yeah.
And who got to be the first chairman?
Well, I think I put it together.
Right.
And there was nobody else. So I was a chairman.
Right, and I think you became the chairman more than once.
Yes.
I think you were a chairman and followed up on all these things and then continued for years and years. One memory I have that inspired me because of you was when we traveled to see your folks when they retired to Florida, and we'd go by car. Each fall or each spring, we would travel, and it always shocked me that when we got to Georgia and Florida, that when we got out to use a restroom or when we went to the fountain.
They were white only and no black.
Right, it would say white only at the drinking fountain.
Right.
And the restroom too. And even sometimes in the restaurants.
Right.
And it just, coming from New Jersey, we didn't have that. But down south,
Right.
as I was growing up, of course, that would have been in the late 50s, early 60s, that still existed. And I don't know how long that existed, but that always reminded me of your passion. So those are memories for me.
Okay.
So I have some too. So, anything else that is important about the Civil Rights Commission?
Good Lord.
What about the future? We all have futures, no matter how old we
And from
are.
this point on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not particularly by you, but what is your hope?
I hope is that there be not even the slightest vestige of discrimination in the United States, and then eventually the world. Because I saw the unfairness of what was happening, and I wanted people to be treated equally.
The unfairness.
It really upset me to see people not treated fairly.
And it didn't matter what race,
No,
as long as everyone would get a fair chance.